Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessToTrading.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. There was no video last night. I couldn't even trade yesterday. We had a massive storm, knocked out my whole network. So Verizon had to come and anyway, yada, yada, yada. Here we are. So let's talk about it, right? So somebody will always ask me during the day, like, how would you describe this market? And the more I thought about it, the more I think about it, here's basically it. I'm trying to keep this as the PG version as I possibly can, but I'm a heathen degenerate. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So here's the best way I can describe this market. One moment you feel utter euphoria, right? Overjoy. You're walking on water. You could turn water into wine. All the above. 24 hours later, you're doing deep knee bends in a cucumber patch. For some people, it's a little bit of both. I'm not judging. But all jokes aside, man, we were a week ago, Armageddon, right? Armageddon, this is the end of the world. This is the worst thing ever. And I kept on reiterating the point to all new traders. The market's never as bad as you think, and it's never as good as you think. Guys, we were on the Q 661 4 sessions ago, okay? We are at 723 today. And not only is the Q's up 70 points in 4 sessions, we reclaimed back the 50-day moving average, not by like 50 cents. We reclaimed back the 50-day moving average by $7, and the Qs were up 24 points on the day with a 2.6% rise. This is bananas. And that's kind of my whole point in the weekend video, right? We trade it, we take the data, man. We take the data only for the next day. Again, nobody knows, right? You're telling me somebody could have predicted this move in the market from 4 days ago? Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. But guys, this is why we talk about take every single day on its face value of data. Okay, don't worry about what's going to happen a month from now, a week from now. Worry about tomorrow, right? And when you worry about tomorrow, you can control your emotions about tomorrow because, again, you're expecting a channel to either confirm or it's not, right? It's very simple. It doesn't happen both. You can't be a little bit pregnant. And the most impressive part of what we're seeing right now is the violence, right? We talked about on the weekend video, the violence of Meta, the violence in Microsoft and Google and Amazon, right? Violence, sheer violence. And the question was, well, can it continue? We got our answer pretty violently, right? The standout today, there's 2 standouts, right? But the standout today was PLTR. PLTR came out with earnings. They were good earnings. The stock is up 30% for the day, folks. That's absolutely sheer insanity. Look at the volume bar. Look at the engulfing candle. This one bar engulfed 3 months of selling. Absolutely incredible. We'll get to the pivots in a second. The second big mover of the day was Avago. We talked about it on the weekend update, right? Anything that gets back above the 50-day moving average really starts a potential level for the next leg up. Again, that's what happened to Avago. Again, we'll get to the pivots in a second. After the close, you had the two big earnings releases for the day. The first one, and it's first, was SpaceX. Keep this in mind. The first round of selling potential could be locked up within the next couple of days. So SpaceX reported its earnings. On the surface, not horrible, right? They beat their revenue. Second quarter revenue came in $7.8 billion versus $6.8 billion, up sequentially from $4.7 billion in Q1. Adjusted EBITDA 3. I don't know what any of that stuff means. Management highlighted accelerated growth across all segments, margin expansion. CapEx spending was driven by AI infrastructure, right? Stock right now is down about $10 after the close. Interesting, right? Very, very interesting. SpaceX also announced a partnership with NVIDIA. Obviously, anything with NVIDIA is good. The second biggest one of the day today was AMD. And the only reason I'm saying that because AMD has been on such a euphoric magic carpet ride. And the question is, well, what was going to happen? The numbers were actually pretty good. They beat the top line, beat the bottom line. Their data center revenue was up 107% year over year. And again, the only question was going into the earnings, was it already baked in? Was it too far, too fast? Because again, keep this in mind, AMD had an absolute magical run. Stock is down about 30 points after the close. It sounds like a lot, but it's not, right? It's really not that much considering the run that it had. I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow if the stock would be up or down at least 20%, just because of the theme, right? Just because of the theme of violence. We got the violent moves of Microsoft and Google and Amazon, right? And we're especially PLTR today. So the earnings report reactions are not anymore, 5%, 6%, 10%. They're 15, 20, 25. And as you can see on PLTR today, you had a 30%, 30%, just crazy, absolutely crazy run. It's going to be interesting going into tomorrow's session. Let me just see quickly what's coming out on earnings for tomorrow. Tomorrow we got, what are we at with tomorrow? Tomorrow we got, you got SanDisk. Yeah, talk about a stock that had a big run, right? You have SanDisk tomorrow. It'll be very, very interesting to see what it does on earnings. Stock, obviously, as everybody knows, has come in quite a bit off its highs, but the stock is still up like 2,000% in a very, very short period of time. So that is obviously going to be the shining star after hours tomorrow. That is going to also affect Micron, Western Digital, STX, Texas Instruments, so forth and so on. Mouse House reports tomorrow as well. You got Disney, you got Shopify, and you got XYZ Block, formerly known as Square. So absolutely insanity, right? Absolute insanity today. I traded Avago several times today. I traded Tesla several times. Tesla, I tell you one thing, man. Tesla is like, you could get in Tesla at a really good price, right? Really good price, 60-minute support, and it'll bounce like 50 cents, a dollar, maybe $1 and change. And then you'll take some profit, and then it'll stop you out break even, and it goes down $3, and then it starts to accelerate again, starts going crazy again, and then again slows down. So you could scalp these ranges, but yesterday had a really, really big run. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be very, very interesting to see if Tesla can continue, right? Can continue its upward bias. They are coming in. This is very interesting to see. They are coming in for tomorrow's expiration. Remember, there is now expiration Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. We are seeing 335 and 340 calls coming in for tomorrow. So I will definitely, for me to say, I'll definitely be watching Tesla. I trade Tesla every day. But it'll be very interesting to see if Tesla can get back above today's channel, right? To get above today's channel and start an expansion cycle going all the way back to the 723 highs of 342. I'm guessing that's why they're betting the 335, 340s, just because 342 is the top of this channel. So let's talk about it. Avago was a monster today. Again, this is what happens when a stock reclaims the 50-day moving average. Avago building above the 50-day pre-market highs, needs to confirm 403.82 and 407.53. 407.53 was the June, was it July highs or June highs? I think it was June highs. The June highs, and Avago went absolutely crazy, traded all the way up to 422. I caught the first remount really nicely, so good job for Avago. Again, here was yesterday, right? Here's the day I missed. Tesla broke out yesterday above this 315, 317 level. So here's the afterthought. 324, 326 needs to confirm. Tesla ran to about 329 and a half. But I'm telling you, I was in this thing 3 times. I was getting cash flow, 50 cents here, $1 here. I mean, it sounds like it's a, it sounds like, oh, it adds up. It doesn't when it's like partial, you know what I mean? When it's like partial victories. So a little bit frustrating today, but hopefully tomorrow Tesla could get very, very aggressive. ZS, we've been talking about ZS for a little bit of time now. Finally busted out of this range. 157 needs to confirm. Here was ZS, right? Got finally above this 157 July highs, traded all the way back to the highs of the day at 63 50s. Beautiful move on ZS. CRW went nuts, right? CRWV went nuts. 86.20 traded all the way up to 94.30s, right? Again, guys, the Nasdaq was up 1,000 points. Anything that confirmed was going to expand today, so beautiful move there. NVIDIA, we didn't have a chance to trade. It just started going pre-market, 1070 and 1090s. It went to it just started going crazy pre-market, and then it kind of died, so I kind of left it alone. And PLTR, right? What are you going to say? 147.50, folks. This is why it's super important to understand your levels, right? You're not just buying it at random levels. 147.50 got rejected twice pre-market, right? Needs to confirm. PLTR went to 164.50s today. Just an absolute rock star move. I believe that is it. Yeah, so I believe that is it. So what do we like for tomorrow? I'm watching Tesla for a potential expansion channel. PLTR, any profit taking, watch it for any weakness, any profit taken to potentially catch it on the 60-minute support. Or if it starts taking out today's channel, I do like this thing for tomorrow for continuation move. Same notes with Avago. If there is any profit taken, watching it to 60-minute support. For all you guys who are in the webinar, you know what that 60-minute support is. For all you guys watching it just from YouTube or Twitter, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about 60-minute support, but that's the whole point of the webinar. Definitely watch in Avago. They were coming for the 435 weeklies pretty aggressively today on this move. Again, same notes as PLTR. Watch this thing for a washout into 60-minute support or above today's channel. That looks still very, very good as well. I like NBIS. NBIS could be like a day or two away from busting out. You see how, again, it's the same chart as Vago. Look, guys, take a mental screenshot of this, or just take a screenshot of this. You see how many times it's got rejected off the 50-day? Once, twice, 3 times, today's 4 times. Now look at Avago. Same thing, right? Same thing. You see this? Before today's move, got rejected 1, 2, 3 times off the 50 and then finally reclaimed and gone. So look at NBIS. It doesn't have to necessarily confirm tomorrow, but if this thing can reclaim back the 50-day moving average, NBIS can wake up as well. So keep an eye on that. And Apple. Let's see if Apple wakes up, right? You see how Apple the last 3 days, it got killed on earnings and then, just kind of like sitting here below the 50-day. I'm curious to see if there's a rotation out of semiconductors, and that's a very, very big if, but on AMD earnings. But I want to see if there is indeed rotation out of semis and they come back to like other names, like right back to software or back into Apple. If Apple can reclaim back the 50-day moving average, I think there's a chance it wakes up as well. So again, crazy market. Again, the difference between Euphoria and the difference between doing deep knee bends in the cucumber patch could sometimes be as simple as 24 hours. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If you are interested in pivots, guys, click the link below. Spend the next 30 days with us and see that there is a difference and you can break away from the normal. Guys, God bless everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you on the field tomorrow.